Hey everyone, welcome to my first video on this channel called Gear Shift Gurus. In this video, I just kind of want to introduce myself. My name is Wesley, 22 years old. I was born and raised in the Netherlands, which is in Europe. I met my beautiful fiance last year in Miami, and that's why I'm now here in the country of my dreams. And I recently bought my first car here in the States. And when I was a younger boy, I always wanted to have a V8 muscle car. That's all I like. I don't care for Lamborghini, Ferrari, you name it. I just like Corvette, Camaro, Challenger, Mustangs, Impalas, Chevelles, you name it. So when it came to me buying a car here, obviously I don't have my social yet, so there's not much I can do. It either has to be cash or some type of in-house financing. So shout out to Pete's Cut Rate in St. Petersburg for hooking me up. And now let me show you the car. So here she is in all its glory. This is my 2008 Chevrolet Impala SS. I think this is the coolest uncool car ever made, and I am absolutely in love with it already. I have done a little bit to it already. We are far from done with it. So let me go ahead and go over the specs of this car, and then I'm going to show you what I've already done. So starting out, here is the engine. We have a 5.3 liter LS4 V8 that has been mounted sideways because they would not be able to fit otherwise, since this is basically a car that's made for a V6 engine. Engine cover's off. It's right there actually because I'm working on it. I need to change the spark plugs and maybe the coil packs because they're still the original ones. The car's got about 100,000 miles on it. It has a 4-speed automatic transmission that is made out of glass, which was a common thing with these cars. So then again, the interior, nothing too special here. We got a little rip in this seat, but that's really about it for the interior. We got the nice SS badges on the seats. Got the nice little prostitute red light right there. Got SS on the steering wheel as well. And that's basically that for the interior. Now, what have I already done to this car? A little bit. Initially, when I bought it, I knew it was in good shape except for the paint. Transmission's fine, engine's fine, aside from, of course, worn out spark plugs. So I have done a little bit already. My total budget for the car with the parts, I'll link it down below, most of them, is going to be about $3,800 to $4,000 to put into the car. We're already about 1,000 in about 2-3 weeks. So here's what I have done already. So starting out on the back, first of all, we've polished it. Obviously, this, you will not get rid of it, but I kind of starting to like it. So we've used a bunch of Meguiar's product and a polisher from Walmart to polish this up, the paint. Then I switched out the emblem for a new one because the other one was all faded out and ugly. Then I changed the license plate holder from nothing to this because I thought it would look cool. And then we've already done a muffler delete with custom tips right there. Shout out to 58th and Central Automotive. And they even painted the pipes a little bit for me, which is great. So it looks and sounds great. Check out my other video on my channel if you want to know how that sounds. And in the front, what we have is a new front grille with a new Chevy emblem as well. Here's the old grille again. You can kind of see how faded that light was. So yeah, we changed that. Looks good. I'm happy with it. Now, on to the stuff that we still have to change. So what is going to be left? So first off, we're going to change this little thing right here for a K&N cold air intake. We are going to paint that engine cover. We want to make the sides here red. We want to keep the middle glossy black. That's just what I like. Then we have 2 new axles or 2 new CV joints because the old ones are clicking. So that was about $150 on 1aauto.com. Then other than that, we're going to switch out these front headlights for LEDs. We're going to get a whole new suspension, new shuts, new ball joints, upper control arms, lower control arms, trailing arms, lateral links, arms, sway bars, you name it. We've got everything coming. And yeah. And then aside from those things, we are going to do some of the most important stuff to this car because, we could argue about the looks all day long, but what really matters is that it's reliable and that it's drivable. So we are going to install a Transco shift kit on this car, which is about $50, and that should make the transmission pretty damn smooth, shift better. We're going to install a transmission cooler by TrueCool because that's really what was recommended for this car and what they need. And then we're going to have a tune done by James Brewer, which will basically overhaul the whole engine, timing, transmission, shift points, everything. So I'm super excited for that. That's all going to happen very, very soon. And yeah, that's basically what's coming. And then last but not least, I really wanted to have a good opportunity to learn how to work on my own car. Not does it only save you money, but you also learn a shit ton, and it's really not that hard. My father, he would always say, I don't even know how to change a flat tire. That has changed now, and I bought a bunch of tools. I'm going to show you exactly what I bought, how much I spent on it roughly, and that will pretty much cover everything that you need for major stuff to repair on your car aside from pulling out the engine and transmission. So starting off here, we have a little toolkit with a couple ratchets and all the socket sizes that you pretty much need. That's that. Aside from that, we also have a little jack stand right here, torque wrench in there, breaker bar right here, jack stands. We get a hammer just to knock out, to disconnect the knuckle when I change out my CV axle, some other polishing products, and that's really about it. Now, all in, everything tool-wise cost me about $400, which I think, that's what they would have charged me to just change the axle out. And that's really it. So, guys, that was the first video. Next up, we're going to review this car with a professional setup with Ben, as well as some other cars. And after this build is done, we are going to be ready for the next car on the channel, which hopefully, if everything goes well, will be either a C5 Corvette, or we're going to go up a notch and go for a Camaro ZL1 2013. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for everything that's coming. Like the video. If there's anything you want to know, see, learn, leave that down in the comments below, and I hope to see you in the next video.